Hello, this is Jeanette with GeoMazing-Papercrafts. Thank you for joining me in my craft closet today. Today I have another holder project, and this holder is holding a little cute lip balm oval egg. The ones that screw, aren't they cute? This one is a Revo, and it was carried by one of my local drugstores, and I thought it would look really cute on this holder. And the holder, the front and the back, I am making another use out of the Curvy Keepsake box Thinlit dies, and I'm going to be using this part here. You see how this holder is? So let me show you how I put the front and the back, and then I'll show you how to do the little box. So we'll get started, and you're going to need 2 pieces of designer series paper. This one is from the Subtles collection. They both are actually. This one is the Blushing Bride, and this one is the So Saffron, because I have another little lip balm oval egg. I don't know what they call these things, but anyway, they're so cute. I love them. And so you're going to need 2 of DSPs that measure 4 1/4 by 3 inches. So that's 4 1/4 this way and 3 inches, and you need 2. Okay. All right. Now, I hope this part isn't too tricky for you, but you are going to need to measure 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom and make a mark using pencil. So what I've done is I've used my my grid paper, and each of the little squares on the inches side, because this has 2 sides, one of them is metric, the other one is in inches. So the one in inches, each of the little squares is 1/4 of an inch. So I am going to use that middle mark and pull my paper over 3 squares, and then I'm going to take my little ruler, and then I am just going to make a pencil mark that I will be erasing before I put this together. Okay, now that little pencil mark is where you are going to is what you're going to use to line this up. And now you're going to need to line this up right at the pencil mark. It's going to be on the edge of the inside of this part of the die. So let's make sure that that's perfectly right lined up. And then I'm going to use a piece of removable tape. Even though I do have the magnetic platform on my Big Shot, I still like to put a little piece of tape on there just to make sure that it doesn't jump around on me. So I'm going to bring my Big Shot in. Hopefully it's okay in view here. And we are going to just crank this. Oops, how about if I put it in between the plates, huh? That would be good, right? Okay. Getting ahead of myself here. Okay, we're going to just put that right there in between the plates. Crank it through. You've seen me do this before. I'm just going to roll it right on back. Okay, all right. And so now what you have is a piece that looks like this. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Okay, and now you're going to have this little flap here. You can just fold it, and then with your paper snips, just cut that off. Okay, all right. So you should have 2 that look like this. Okay, so make yourself 2 of them. Mine's a little bit crooked, but that's okay. It'll still work out okay. So I'm erasing the line now. All right. And then to prepare my window, this eraser droppings off, I've made myself a template that is, using the 1 1/4 inch scallop punch. And so I'm going to just put this right in the middle. I think it still has some sticky on it. If it doesn't have sticky on it, let me just put a little bit more using my snail. Okay, and I'm going to put it right in the center, kind of evened. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my punch. Okay, and then I'm going to punch that out. So now I've got my little hole here. Now to make the this little window sheet here and this little decorative item here, I'm going to use some Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to just go ahead and punch another another punch out with my 1 1/4 inch scallop punch, and then I'm going to come in with my 1 1/2 inch and just kind of, let's see, yeah, now Stampin' Up is selling the 1 1/2 inch punch now. I haven't got it yet, but I still use my old one. Still works just fine. And so now I'm going to just glue this on top like this, okay? And but before I do that, I think I want to take some Saffron ink and maybe ink the edge just a little bit, okay? Just to give it a little bit of color that will match the yellow in this Saffron Designer Series paper. It's such a pretty color. Very nice, soft yellow color. And I'm gonna just put some snail on here, and I'm gonna use my craft mat to do that. And what did I do with my snail? Here it is. Okay, and I'm just gonna put some snail all over it here. Okay, and I'm gonna stick it right on the front of this. Snail is really sticky. Try to get it right, matching up with your edges, with your scallops. Okay, and then on the back, I'm going to take some window sheet, and I'm going to punch out another 1 1/2 inch circle with the window sheet. Well, it doesn't like me. Oh, hold on a second. Maybe see if I have another piece of window sheet that's not so thick. Well, there it is. Okay. I must have had that on the thick part of this window sheet. Okay, so sorry about that. I'm just going to put a little bit more snail just around here, just to get that window sheet to stick. You could probably use some mini glue dots if you'd like, just enough to make this little window here. Okay. All right, now let's put the box together. We've already got this part done. Now for the box, you're going to need a sheet of a little piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 5 3/4 by 3 1/2. 5 3/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my, whoops, sorry, noisy. I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored. And the lines I'm going to score on are the 3/4 of an inch right here. Okay, I'll make sure I'm on camera. Okay, and then I'm going to go 2 5/8. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 5/8. Okay, and then I'm going to go 3 3/8. 3, 1, 2, 3/8. Okay, and then I'm going to go 5 1/4. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to score this at 3/4 of an inch all the way down. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it around again and do the same, going 3/4 of an inch. So basically this little box is going to measure 2 inches by 1 7/8 inch. Okay, the 7/8 inch is going to work better for you for this part here, because this is about 7/8 inches, just shy of 2 inches. So that's why I measured the box that way. Okay, so we're done with the Simply Score. Let's put this away. Okay, and now I'm going to fold and burnish all my score lines with my bone folder. Okay. Okay, and now the part that's got the smaller of the up the end is, you've got a 3/4 inch here, but you don't quite have a 3/4 inch here. It's like more like a 1/2 inch here. This is the part you're going to fold over, and then you're going to use another template that measures 1 1/2 inch circle. okay? That is what you're going to need, and you try to center it the best you can, up and down, left and right, and remember that this isn't a completely perfect 2-inch square. It's 1 7/8 by 2 inches here. So I'm going to take my 1.5 inch circle punch, and I'm just going to cut it up like that. Okay, and there I have my little circle. Now I am going to use some of the tear tape. Let's see, I gotta make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to use some of the tear tape right here, but before that I'm going to cut off these 2 squares right on the end. I don't need those 2 squares there, okay? Okay, now I'm going to put some tear tape just right on the edge here. Now, I know if you've watched any of my videos, you know I really don't like to tear it. I just like to place it down here and cut it. That's just my preference. Okay, now when you peel this off, if you have a little bit of extra, you can just tuck it right in onto itself. Let's see if I can get this off with my fingernail. Maybe I'll have to use my paper piercing tool. Yes, it works better with my paper piercing tool. Okay, and we're just going to tuck that little extra from side to side. Okay, now we're going to fold it over, make sure that it's even. Okay, now you have your little box. Let's finish cutting up these sides so that you can tuck them in. So we're going to cut that side there, fold. The side here, fold. Okay, already got that cut right there, which I think you can probably cut that off, but that's okay. We'll leave it on there. Cutting it here, cutting it here, and here. Okay, got all those sides cut. Now fold them in on the sides here. And then fold the bottom one first, and then on the top you can use some more tear tape. Let's just put a little piece of it here. Okay. Make your box straight like that. Another little piece of tear tape. Okay, right here. Don't stick to me. Okay, lift it up. Okay, you can also use fast fuse if you want to go faster, because it is fast. All right, now if you notice, this is 2 inches this way and 1 7 inches this 1 7/8 inch this way. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach the front and the back to this little thing here. But before I do that, I think I'd like to use some side pieces, and these side pieces measure, you're going to need 2 of them. And they measure 3/4 of an inch by 2 inches, okay? And I think I'm just going to use some snail, and you're going to be attaching these on the 2-inch side, okay? And it should kind of go right perfectly on that side, that edge right there. I'll do the other side too with the snail. Okay. All right, and then maybe let's just use some fast fuse instead of the tape. Let me get this extra paper out of here. Let's try fast fuse on the bottom here, because you're going to need to attach this to the front and the back. Okay, and we're going right here. Doesn't really matter which one's the front and back. Okay, right there. Some of that extra glue off of there, and then we'll put the other one on the other side, the one that doesn't have the hole in it. Of course, if you wanted a hole on both sides, you could do that. But I chose not to do that. Okay. See? I'll get 1 7/8 inches right here. Okay, now let's put our little yellow in here. Okay, but before I do that, I want to take some of this extra DSP that I have. There's a little scrap here, and I want to make a little flower, and this is so that I can put it, I could attach it to the lip balm, because it looks kind of plain in there. See how plain that is? If I put a little flower on it, I think it might dress it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to put, let's see, I'm going to put some rhinestones. These are called the Basic Jewels rhinestones. Now I colored them with my alcohol marker with a little bit of yellow before I started, because I like that. You can do that with your Sharpie markers. Stampin' Up! Used to have blendabilities you could do that with, but not anymore. Okay, so I'm going to take a little mini glue dot, and I'm going to put it on the back of this, and then I'm going to put it on the front of this, just to give it a little bit of schnazz. Alright, I got a mini glue dot attached to me. Alright, here we go. Alright, now let's do a little bit of decorating. We're going to take a piece of white ribbon to close it. Okay, this is just some white satin ribbon, and Stampin' Up! Does sell some white satin ribbon. It's just a little bit wider than what I'm using here, and I don't have any, but any ribbon will do. And we're going to try and tie a bow. Okay, no, that's not how I want to do it. Okay. And we're not going to get perfect about it, just a nice little bow. And I used about 12 inches of ribbon for this. Just cut off just a little bit of it there. Okay, and now let's put some flowers in the front of it. And maybe we'll also stamp something. We'll see. Let me take some of this paper here. And I think I want to put some white flowers. I'm going to take about, let's see, maybe 3. I used 3 on the other one, so I think I'll use 3 again. And I'm going to take and get my ink out, my Saffron ink. And I think I'm going to just put a little bit of ink on the edges of these flowers. Okay, like that. To give them a little bit of color. I love this little itty bitty punch. It comes with 3 punches, a heart, a star, and this little flower. It's so cute. Okay, and then I'm going to take and push these up with my little foam thing here. Okay, if you can also use the paper piercing mat rather, if you have one. And I do have one, but I prefer this little foam thing. It's a little softer and deeper. Okay. I'm going to be putting those rhinestones that I colored right in the center. Okay, and now I'm going to flip these over, and I'm going to use some mini glue dots to attach them. And I think I will put 2 down here like I did the others. One right there, and then I'll put one closer to the top. Okay, right about here. Okay, and let's put a little sentiment on the bottom. Okay, I have this sentiment from the One Big Meaning stamp set. It's really nice. Got a lot of pretty thank yous on there, and I'm going to use Saffron, and I'm going to use this one is, I'm going to make sure that it's clean. I'm going to use the Saffron stamp. I'm going to use some Whisper White. Let's bring that piece over here. Okay. and I'm just going to stamp. Okay, and then I'm going to take my word window punch, and I'm going to punch this out like this. Try to get it nice and even. Okay, and then I am going to take and just color the edges very slightly on this little tag, this little label I've got now. Okay, that kind of, it really does make a difference when you do that. Okay, and now I am going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to just cut. Let's see, wait, I might have some already cut here. And just use just some pieces on the back of that. And here's another little mini skinny piece on the back of this. Let's put this away. Okay, now let's peel the backing off of it. Okay, and now I want to put it kind of close to the bottom. It says a little thanks. Okay, and I am done. Isn't that cute? Let's put them together, see how that looks. Isn't that adorable cute? I just love being able to make other use of a die like that Curvy Keepsake box die. It just hit me that these little oval lip balms would work perfectly with this die and this little technique of holding the little oval in the box. And I think these would make great personal shower gifts, like baby shower favors, nice little gifts to give. So I hope that you'll try this. And once again, I am Jeanette with GeoMazing-Papercrafts, and you make it a great day. Bye-bye.